Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I decided to play in the QCP Spring Challenge Expedition event, which not only gives you a few QCP points if you're interested in that, but you also get a free card back and you get lots of prizes. Even if you never manage to get a win, you get 10 boosters with an entry fee of 11,000 coins. And if you ever decide to play the game actually and get some wins, you can see even 2 wins get you 12 boosters already, so after 2 wins you made some money. You also get expedition points, which I'm not sure what that is. And if you get in the higher ranks, you get QCP points and the chance of top 64 playing tomorrow. Our goal for today is basically going to 15 wins at least to get the maximum amount of boosters here and hopefully a few constructed QCP points. And we have 17 hours to play 28 games. Let's jump in here and we're going to play Flying Elysian. The deck itself is fairly easy to understand. I'm going to link it down in the description if you simply want to copy paste it into the game and try it out for yourself. So the idea is basically playing all these little flying creatures, starting as aggressive as you can with one drop into 2-drop. We're playing a few 1-drops, 15 1-drops. Plunge isn't really a 1-drop, so 13. So it's more like 12. But you can play 12 cards on your first turn. Here we have a decent chance of playing a 2-drop on turn 2. And our biggest creature is 1 Whalo. I could probably fit in 2, but usually you don't want to draw a second one. So playing 1 or 2 is fine. Playing 3 feels a little bit too much. And Elvish Swindler is our most expensive creature, and when it comes into play it gets us our best card in the deck, which is Majestic Skies. It's a relic, it gives all flying creatures +1/+1, and for 6 mana you can draw a flying creature of your choice. Some people like to play some bullet points, some special flying creatures, one-offs. That's okay. I like to keep it tight. We are also using 2 of the Spell Shapers, even after the nerf. I think playing 2 is fine. Gives you some card draw. Sometimes your opponent can't answer it and you gain a lot of advantage. We're also playing 1 of each of these. Plunge is a nice removal spell, but there aren't a lot of creatures you want to remove to begin with. And Permafrost is for cards you can't handle. Zodi's Choice is a one-off just to remove an additional flying blocker and to trigger Wanderlust Querying. The Master is fairly great. And from time to time you can negate a fast spell. And as a draw engine we're using 1 of Distillation, which we can play for 4 mana all the time because we have a lot of cheap creatures. And I'm playing 1 of Stranger Sorcerer. For 4 mana you can draw as many cards as you have flying creatures in play. which is fairly strong in a flying creature deck. And I don't like to play more, mainly because it's not getting boosted by our Majestic Skies. Because it's not a flying creature, you can't search for it with Majestic Skies. And playing it against opponents who are mainly playing ground creatures isn't great because you're not going to attack with it. So playing one of the sorcerers and one of the desolations feels fine to me. I'm also not playing the emblems. I wasn't keen on playing the emblems simply because during your matches you will often encounter aggressive opponents in terms of decks, right? In Expedition there are a lot of aggressive decks flying around. Flying around, no pun intended. And you will deal a lot of self-damage. I guess average is like, what? 2 or 3 self-damage every game for little to no gains, because the emblems don't give you flying creatures, so you get a 3-1 or a 2-2 against decks that already play ground creatures that are attacking. Sure, you get a blocker every now and then. That might be useful. But yeah, I wasn't keen on playing the emblems. So let's jump into the Expedition Challenge here. Thank you. We are going to split the video. We're going to play 14 games right now. Let's see if we can find. It's already close to 7 AM my time. You can see right here in the top corner. That's a decent enough hand, I guess. No 1-drop, but we have a relic and 2 flying creatures that we can play, even if we stall on a third primal, on a third power for some time. And if we don't draw a power, there's a fairly good chance we're drawing creatures we can play. That's not exactly what I wanted to draw. Usually speaking, it doesn't really matter which one you play first. Playing this one because it is kind of tech. In case our opponent plays a 3-1 or whatever. Alright, that's nice. So, already have to make a decision here. We could play this on our curve. Let's attack first. It's going to happen every time. So basically you can play this and pop the Aegis, which doesn't do a lot. So next turn we could possibly play this and this in one turn if you draw another power. But I rather use these as a removal spell. This deck doesn't have a lot of removal spells. And I rather stun this creature. But I play this one first. I feel like this is our best creature in the deck. The Crow here. Every time it attacks, you get a random 1-cost spell. And it has Berserk, so our opponent is in big trouble. I don't know what. Looks like he has the flying. Give flying to a creature and +2/+4 or whatever. Whatever. Sure. Let's get a Prime Sigil. Next time we're going to play our Swindler. Or potentially these two.
Learn this lesson well.
Revenge. Sure. Let's play this one. Blocks fairly decent. That's a trade I'm willing to do. Simply because this card is the key card for this deck.
Step up and try your luck.
And I don't think we could have waited with blocking. So this becomes a 2-3 this turn. But he's never going to attack with this one again. And yeah, our opponent looks like he's in big trouble. Not going to attack here. Simply going to... Could draw a creature of my choice, of my choosing. Let's do that. Let's attack with these two and draw a few flying creatures. Sure. That's not a big deal. Drawing. Usually I getting the hatchling here. It's 2 flying creatures for 1. And next turn we can play one of these and another Majestic Skies, or both of these. Our opponent again can't really attack right now. Going to block here. If he has a combat trick, it's okay. Sure. Sure. He's eventually going to use this threat, so... And he didn't have any plays with 3 mana before.
I can break in.
Got one of these. It's fine, I guess. Exalted. Let's play this first. See if we get another relic. Did not get there. So instead, going to drop these 2 would be my guess. No, let's drop these 2. This time I'm not going to block, because we have lethal on board if you play this. Right, 4, 8, 11. He's at 11. And if he has some form of combat trick, it's fine.
Look inward.
Let's make sure we're not dead if he has combat tricks. I mean, we're going for the win here, right? But if he has combat tricks, so that's 8, 10 damage. If he has a pump spell, that's 13. If he has 2, we might be dead, but let's try to be safe. He doesn't have it, and we win. Again, I used my quote-unquote removal, simply so he can't give his creature flying. I think there's a quick spell that gives a fast spell that gives flying, right? I feel like I've played against the deck. Can't keep a one-lander. Can keep this. Sure. See what opponent is playing. Looks like probably the dragon deck. Maybe not. Maybe he's playing right in time. I feel like I have to play this. Okay, never mind. We missed. But depending on what our opponent is playing, there might be different 3-drops or even 2-drops we need to silence here. And it's not like we missed on power, right? Just mana. Let's attack here. So the question right now is, do I want to... Yeah, I want to play this. So next turn we can play two drops. And I expect this one to die, but it's going to die eventually to a removal spell. I fully expect a removal spell here. But since we have a second one, that's fine. Our plan is to drop these two next turn and hope to draw a 5th power to play this and then have a 3/3 here. This matchup is fairly hard. Yup. Ooh, that's nice. That way we do have a follow-up if we don't draw Sigil. You might even play it even if you draw. If you draw another Sigil. Just to get the bonus wolf and put on some pressure. This one gives him spell damage, right? Yeah.
Step up and try.
Let's do this. Attack for 6. Our opponent might have fairly big dragons in his hand, might not. Hard to tell. Sure. So that's what I was expecting from my opponent's hand. He probably got Seer with Blazing Salvo, right? Or maybe Rock Slide, not sure. Ooh. He has it all.
Embrace the nightmare.
He's at 3, so we have a turn to play this.
Fly, my beauties!
If we draw another power next turn, we're going to play both of these. If we don't, I think I'm just playing the Crow first if he leaves this back. I think we attack with D3. Sure, you can double block this, but that's whatever, right? Trading here is fine. Sure. So we swapped his last card. Better be something good. Oh, he traded there. That doesn't look like a great trade. I'm playing the Crow first. If he has removal, that's fine. I think we attack with everything. See what happens. Again, I'm sure he got some form of removal. Sure. Sure. Fight. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. So we gave a spell double damage in his hand.
Soul's fire, aid me.
Okay. Should have read this. 3-3. Oh, so gave double damage to... Alright. Let's sack this. See what he has. Negate, sure. So right now we're going to stun this. Get a time sigil here, just to thin our deck a little bit. So if he attacks here, we're just simply taking it. That's a problem. This game's lost. Our opponent has had a crazy draw. Super crazy draw. I think that's a perfect draw, right? Stalling on 5 power and having perfect hand. Oh well. We flooded out a little bit. Simply didn't draw enough flyer. And yeah, our opponent had perfect removal for all our flying creatures. So there's not much you can do against this draw. The deck itself is beatable if you draw if you had a few more flying creatures or even a permafrost or whatever. It's keepable. If you had permafrost, we could have had a chance. If we had again more creatures, we could have had a chance. And we're playing against the same deck. Looks like it. Yup. It's not the same opponent, is it? Going to drop our relic here. But yeah, I don't expect to win against this deck a lot. We have a pretty decent chance against all the other decks in the field, but this deck has just so much removal. Sure. That's a nice addition. Going to play this simply because he didn't have a removal spell before. I think he would have used a removal spell on 2-2. But I might be wrong. Don't know if you can see which card he plays. Let's see. Never actually... Oh well, he had a removal spell, didn't use it, and now he gets to kill both. But we have a follow-ups here. Sure. We're only playing 25 sigils. So we try not to flood against opponents. No blocks here. Wow. He had it all. Oh, it's a bargain because it's still a dragon. I get it. Are we playing these two?
Let the storm rage.
And I'm willing to trade here. If we draw a power next turn, I'm not going to play this. Because for 7 mana I can play it and use it instantly. If we don't draw a power, we'll see what we draw. Generally speaking, you don't want to play it if you can't use it. Okay.
Embrace the nightmare.
Attacking here. Yeah, our opponent is just full of removal spells. Wow. Wow. Good job, opponent.
Embrace the nightmare.
Going to play and use
Our
it,
wisdom is infinite.
but I'm not going to attack. Yeah, I don't know how you beat this draw. Stalling on 5 power every time. And having perfect removal spells for our stuff. Obviously. Oh.
Step up and try your luck.
Jesus Christ. Opponents are doing super well. I usually don't flood this much as well. I don't know. 2 games in a row seems really bad. Yup. So that's an easy block here.
Soul's fire, aid me.
Yeah, opponents. That's not a beatable hand again. I don't know. Feels really bad. Starting the tournament against our main enemy deck when they have perfect draws. How dead am I willing to be here? Not that dead.
Stone rage.
If our opponent attacks here, we're going to double block. Yup, we're dead. Well, let's make him show us a removal spell, but... Our opponent had crazy draws. I know, maybe I shouldn't have kept the hand, but it's hard to imagine flooding out after keeping a four-land hand with so few powers in our deck. I also imagine some days our opponent deck doesn't just stop. It's not a keepable hand. We have our 6-drop. This one looks better. Alright, let's try to play a little better here. I don't know if we made a lot of mistakes. Doesn't feel like we made a lot of mistakes last game. Sure. We can easily erase this with our Cloud Snakes. Make it a 3/3.
Back, fiend!
going to do the mana efficient play here. Play these two next turn. And we might start leaving back or Cloud Snake maybe, maybe not. Oh. Wait, why isn't this one attacking? Okay. See if he has 2 for 1. Oh, okay.
A touch of passion.
Sure. Oh, it's basically a 2 for 1, right? He should maybe build block here. I don't know if that's actually great for him. Because I don't think he can ever block this again. Oh. They have it all, huh? Let's get Time Sigil.
The calm of battle.
Let's get these out. Keeping this back. If our opponent attacks here, I'm going to block.
I've got your back.
No blocks here. Oh, I should have blocked here, my bad. That's so bad.
Strong mind, strong body.
Our opponents have crazy draws, I don't know.
Let the storm rage.
Keeping this back to block here. Honestly, might keep these two back because we're so far behind. Oh, I can get this back. Sure.
From the rubble, we build.
I always forget that this has ultimate ability. Yeah, let's attack here. And see what our opponent does. Am I dead if I don't block here? Does he ever have 6 damage in hand? He might. Alright, show me your... Oh, he doesn't have a removal spell? Pump spell?
The desert gives me strength.
Okay.
The path to peace begins within.
Attacking here and here. Is that right? Just here? So let's see if he attacks next turn. Okay. I mean, I'm going to block. Ooh, okay. So this one blocks here. This one... blocks here. This one blocks here. And I double block here and take 8. Oh, that can't be right. So, next turn these two are lethal. So I don't need my other creatures. Let's see what happens. This one alone is lethal, right? So what he needs to have is another creature. Right now we're taking 5. Maybe double. If he has double pump spell, might be lethal. Oh, this one isn't lethal. What am I thinking? If he pumps this, he gets a lot of lifesteal. Oh well. Okay. So he's not going for the win. But he's dead on board, so I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think he wasn't. Maybe he was dead. I don't know what his last card was. It's hard to tell. But if he doesn't attack with everything, leaves his 2 flyers back, he has 1 charm block. And I'm not going to attack with my 6/6. Well, I guess I am. Obviously we could also draw a removal spell of some kind and just win on the spot. I guess the attack was fine. He needed to... he needed me to make some mistakes at blocking. Maybe let a little bit too much damage through and he can just pump once and win. But I think we had decent blocks. Again, I was afraid to lose to double pump, so I blocked a little bit safer. We should also maybe start a spreadsheet to see what we are playing against in the tournament. So far we played I don't even know if that's a keepable hand. Can't play... Going to keep it for the sake of science here. But if we don't draw... Ah, okay. That makes things easier.
Storm rage.
I think we're playing against the Unseen deck again. Let's play this. And play this.
The calm of battle washes over
So
me.
next turn we have the combo of playing this and playing this. Giving this deadly, since it can't be damaged on my turn. It's great. I will end my turn. See what our opponent is doing. Just drawing 2 cards, sure. Don't want to negate that. You usually want to negate you usually want to negate removal spells. Summon, draw a card for each curse. Yes, okay. Yup. Getting to kill this one for free. And I'm thinking I'm going to kill this one. Could just sandbind it and play this. Yeah, this looks.
Our wisdom is in.
We're pretty far away from 7 damage, and if it survives, next turn we're getting to draw 3. If it doesn't survive, it's okay. We have our Ice Sprite.
Defend the throne!
See. Wow, what? What happened? How did he kill it? Kill an enemy unit without battle skills. Oh, I see. Thinking of jumping a few times here. Let's do that. Pumping this one. Oh, he has a negate. A breakthrough? Wow.
Once.
Opponent has a sick draw here. And we can't even... Yep, that's pretty much GG. We are so far behind. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand. We have 1. He has more mana. He has everything, better creatures. Never played against this deck. It's pretty strong if you have the early game curses. The 3/1 flyer enabled his draws. Yeah, it's pretty good. On the play here, going to keep this, even though there's not a 1 mana creature here in our hand. Going to play this one first. I don't understand. Must play a spell and attachment. So that's an attachment, right? Is that a spell? Or, no, that's an attachment as well, right? Alright. So we have... Let's see what our opponent has. Does he have double removal spell? Obviously he does. They always have it. What does this do? Maximum power when you play relic weapon gets +1. Sure. Playing this one first. I think I'm playing against the deck with no creatures. Or just like 8 creatures or whatever. Sure. Sure. So let's see if he is out of removal spells. It's crazy that there's a deck that just plays removal spells only. Alright, playing these two.
Storm rage.
Sure. Again, we have Spell Shaper if we draw a power. If we don't, we have Permafrost for his first dragon. I'm actually going to play this on this one. Oh, let's see what he has. Alright. Not going to play this because I want to keep this up. To save one of my creatures if he has a removal spell. Let's see. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Going to play this and attack here. He might play mass removal spell, but oh, I should have played this. My bad. Didn't think about the draw here. Yup, there it is. See if he has multiple of these.
Step up and try your luck.
If he has, GG. If he doesn't, let's see.
We forge our own strength.
I mean, going to permafrost it. Attack here, put him to 2. Play this, play this, play this. Maybe we get super lucky. Wow. Wow. Better lucky than good. Wow. Okay. I have to admit, it's a little bit lucky there. We were probably behind. Our opponent had lots of cards. Had a 5/5 relic weapon in his hand. Maybe it's a 6/6. Wait, didn't he have? I don't remember. But yeah, we were probably behind a little bit. We would have saved our creature with our bounce spell, but I was somewhat lucky. Sure. Start with Seed of Wisdom. It's not really a big deal, but if you can, you want to play your powers that need sigils in your hand first. I can play these for the full value all the time, right? So I want to play the conditional ones as early as possible.
Glory in battle.
So I don't think 2 damage is worth giving him 1 Warcry. If he has a removal spell, it's fine, but if he doesn't, sure. Here I'm going to play. Ooh, that's nice. This one first. Wait, what? Didn't he curse me? Wait, what happened? What? Oh, because Aegis. Oh, my bad. I should have attacked. I thought, yeah, okay. Okay. Well, well, well. See what our opponent has in stock here. He's not going to play this end of turn, swing for 6. Not going to block if he applies an attack here, if he takes his attack. And I'm going to play the crow. Wait, attacking first makes no sense, right? I mean, attacking at all makes no sense. I think he's confused as well by where his Relic went. Sure. I could have played this deck better here. And we're out of cards. So let's hope that this is enough. The next power is pretty bad. The 6th power is decent, giving us a draw here. Let's see.
A weapon for every occasion.
Alright. So we're getting to hit twice with our crow, which is always nice. Draw a weapon of your choice from your deck. I wonder what his choice is. He's probably wondering the same. Probably the 5 mana weapon. Ooh, this is decent. It's going to attack with everything here. Let's see what we get.
Our wisdom is infinite.
Alright. Wait, how do I... feel like I missed something. Place a stranger? That's not a stranger. How do I have 2 mana left? I played this for 3, I played this for 1. 3 plus 1 is 4.
Every scrap counts.
Yeah, he was pretty dead. I think I missed something, but yeah, kind of lucky to have to didn't have to bother with the relic he played. Well, lucky isn't the right word, but could have been a little bit problematic if he had a more aggressive draw. But overall, I don't think the red-green deck here is fairly strong. The Warcry relic weapon deck. It's a little bit too slow, and it's also highly depending on having the right half of the deck in the early game. Because sometimes you just get draws with lots of expensive creatures and weapons. So I don't think it's well positioned right now. Is this a keepable hand? 1, 2, 3 on the play. I'm going to keep this against Superman. He's not keeping it. Let's see if he keeps 7. He does. Dragon deck. Alright. Taking the 2-drop here. Well, silencing the 2-drop. Ooh, that's nice.
The calm of battle washes over me.
It's also nice to put our Spell Shaper on our Ascendant. Then it's invulnerable to damage on my turn, so if you attack,
New blood for old blood.
is free to block as he pleases. getting to draw at least one card here, it's hard to imagine. Well, no, he's playing 3 colors, so there might be a removal spell here coming. Next turn we're going to play these 2.
The age of man is over.
And we have this as a removal spell for his first dragon. See what we draw.
The calm of battle washes over me.
Not really afraid against a deck that plays that aggressive on turns. Sure. Not afraid to see a lot of mass removal here. If he has a common trick, that's whatever, right? Let's attack. See what we draw. Yeah. Don't think we're going to hit anything. Yeah. Again, not going to play this, keeping it for his first dragon. Sure. Well, right now we're trading 4 damage for 4 damage, which is okay for me. Again, not expecting to hit anything here. If he plays the dragon and has a removal spell for our sprite, might be problematic. Yeah. And we're flooding again. I don't like how I was flooding that hard. Again, if he has a removal spell, I feel like he would have played it already, but I don't know. If he has another one of these, we're dead. Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe he just drawn it. So what we need right now is start, I guess. I'm going to get another one. Going to jump block. Wait, what? It can't be a right attack. No way. Right. If he has a second dragon, we're just dead, but if he doesn't, I feel like we're decent enough shape. Oh, wait, what's you transform animal cuts into dragons? Oh, okay. Sure. At least he doesn't have life gain anymore. When you draw a power card,
New blood for
Sure.
old blood.
sure.
Let the storm rage.
Seems a little bit problematic here. Opponent also. I don't know. We need to hit pretty good here. Lesson learned. I should have silenced his lifesteal. Let's see. Yeah, we're just dead. We can block, kill this creature this turn, but next turn we're just dead to the next attack. And there's no single card that will get us out of it. Yeah, we misplayed on turn 1. Didn't think it would come down to a lifesteal attack, but oh well, my bad. Again, we could have. I think we would have won if we played better, if we made the right choice. Didn't think about it. Should have known that it could have come down to that. I felt like, again, felt like he did draw the removal spell for our sprite the turn we played it. Oh. Otherwise he would have used, I think he would have used his removal spell earlier, right? We had a 1/3, it could have killed a few 1/1 flying creatures. Going to keep it here and start on a wisdom. It's not optimal, but we have a decent aggressive hand here. Played against Superman, now we're playing against Batman. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Fully expect. We're playing against. God damn it. Should have waited here. My bad. It doesn't matter. We don't have a relic, so there's no way we're going to make it a 3/3 anytime soon. But I should have started here. Yeah. Simply because there's no way he's going to kill a 1/3 with a 1-mana spell, right?
I can wait.
Sure.
The calm
Play
of
this
battle
first.
washes over me.
This is also a nice combo. It's invulnerable to damage on our turn. So give me this one. Killing it. Playing this one. And now maybe I should have played this as well. These two would have been decent. But it's always hard to tell what our opponent's playing. Looks like he's playing a more creature-based dragon deck here. Oh, okay. Okay. So he 2-for-1 himself, which is always great for us. See if we hit anything or we don't. This one is pretty whatever against our deck, right? Doesn't do anything. Well, if you play ground creature, I guess. Next turn we're making this a 4/4 if it survives. But this is the big turn for our dragon players. On turn 5 you can start playing dragons. Let's see if we can draw. Whoa, okay.
The calm of battle washes over me.
Wow. No sigil, no power card, no relic. Top 5 cards. Bad luck, I guess.
Let the storm rage.
This looks fairly grim. It's now we're now in top deck mode, and our top decks aren't as great. Best draw, obviously, relics. Okay. Can't even attack here. See if our opponent also has card draw. Best draw right now is probably our. Well, yeah, we're not going to win this, guys, unless we hit relic, and our opponent doesn't draw a removal spell in time. Sure. That's a GG. So far behind now. So far behind on cards. I don't understand. The miss on our draw on our one mana card draw spell was fairly big. Even a power card would have been decent. Our opponent again had exactly enough removal spells to slow us down. I do understand that the flying deck we're playing isn't a tier 1 deck, it's more like a tier 2 deck. But I expected a little bit more. Yeah, it's a keepable hand. Well, can't play these. But if we don't draw, our opponent starting on 6 cards, always bad. Yep. Playing in a mirror deck match. An interesting strategy.
The calm of battle washes over me.
So let's see who has the better draw. In the mirror match, it all comes down to who has the right amount of creatures and relics. I'm going to trade here. Trade damage for damage or let him block whatever he wants. Let's see if he has the Crow on turn 3.
Let the storm rage.
It looks like he doesn't have a third power, which is really bad for him. He might have Permafrost. If he does, it's great for him. If he doesn't, ooh. Okay, so now we need to draw our relic. Yup. This is fairly strong. I'm going to kill this. Simply because it's the only creature we're going to be able to kill. The 1-drops. Everything else should be out of the 2 health range.
Our wisdom is infinite.
Yup, it's fine.
Let the storm rage.
We have a removal spell for this.
Let the storm rage.
Our opponent got unlucky, going down to 6, not hitting his 3rd land early on. So yeah, we got a little bit lucky. But I think it's all in the range of what we expect of our deck. I think we lost like 1 or 2 games so far. We had a decent chance of winning due to our mistakes. But there's just some matchups you can't win unless you hit your sweet spot in terms of power versus creatures, right? So you need an aggressive draw and not get more than 4 or 5 power cards. Which, yeah, doesn't happen all the time.
I'll end you myself.
It's not a typical hand. You can keep hands with only 2 power cards. However, you can't keep hands with only 1. You could play more Uelo, whatever her name is, and legendary Pledge. Okay. Opponent. What is going on? Here, going to play this first. Yup. If you played this, it would have died for sure. Let's see what our opponent is doing now. If he has a relic weapon, that's whatever. It's going to hit us for 3, but next turn we're going to ambush him if he decides to hit us. Again, I don't want to play this right now because if you get... So right now I'm going to do this. Again, I'm kind of afraid to play this just into a removal spell. Sure. See if he has. He probably gets something to get rid of my whatever. Maybe he got another removal spell from the market. Does not look like it. Okay, great. Well, this turn we're going to play this. I don't know what he did get from the market. It has to be a 2 mana cost card. It wasn't a card that removes our relic. So, I don't know. Going to use this as soon as possible. Okay.
Let the storm rage.
Oh, he might have mass removal. Is this a deck that plays mass removal?
Trust in nature.
I guess that counts as mass removal. Sure. Still going to attack for 5 here. Next turn we can play, hopefully can play this. Kill all units, never mind. Going to play this even though we don't have anything to stun with it. Jesus. That's pretty much GG. Alright, taking some damage here for a while. Yup, that's GG. Yeah, we screwed a while. Our opponent had perfect removal spells. Not much we could do. Yeah. I don't know. We didn't draw our 4th power in time. So our card draw in hand was super useless. just a dead draw. Sure. No 2-drop, but a 1-drop. And potential to... Okay. Opponent's playing on 6. Potential to... I don't like this. We're usually far behind against decks that don't play any early creatures. Like, we are the best aggro deck, I think, in the game right now. Oh, it's a pretty decent draw. I'm in the meta right now, but
I call
okay.
the power of Saul.
I see. Didn't get a second blue power here. Oh, it's a stranger deck. Draw a stranger. I'm going to kill it. It's not the end of the world. Checking this. But our opponent has a lot of power already.
We trust in ourselves.
I'd rather
Our
play this.
wisdom is infinite.
So we probably can kill. Wow.
We struggle and grow.
Player stay, player items on the deck. So we're going to draw 4 cards. I mean, sure, our opponent was dead, but I was kind of hoping to draw another power card. But yeah, drawing 4 cards usually wins you the game. 6/6 right now, not the best. I expected a little bit more from our deck. Feel free to tell me in the comments if I made a mistake during gameplay. This is not a keepable hand. Ugh. It's not a keepable hand either. Ow. Okay. Good game. Let's see if our opponent has an aggressive draw. If they do, pretty much out of it. Dragons, sure. So we have started with 5 cards. Wow, not once. Sure. Not once in. I did probably play like 50 games with the deck already, and not once did I have this bad of a draw. Alright.
Let the storm rage.
It's kind of funny. Sure. Why would you kill this one instead of the one attacking you? See if he plays a dragon. If he does, we concede here. Oh well. Yeah. I don't know what to... I mean, none of the hands. The first hand wasn't keepable, even though it might have looked like we could have played a few cards, but to be honest, we needed to draw everything. We had 2 playable cards, 1 card that was way too expensive. Can I keep this on the play? I think so. We have a relic, we have 2-drop. starting with our Kurin here.
Peace begins within.
I don't know if we ever can beat this card with our hand. Can we actually stun it? This doesn't curse, does it? Oh, here's another one. And a relic weapon, Jesus. And we didn't draw power. Yup. Alright, so far a really bad start into the league, 6-8. Really bad draws. Like 3 or 4 losses are due to having worst draw possible. Going to end the video here, and the next video will show you the next few games. Until then, bye bye.